Hi guys, it's Joe and welcome to Phonehouse Online. The HTC One M9 is a handsome, well-dressed phone that's tough, cool and calm. Now this gunmetal grey version wouldn't look out of place being whipped out of James Bond's pocket. It's stylish, it's powerful and it sounds absolutely amazing. Let's find out more. Now the design is by far the first thing that strikes you when you see the M9, and HTC are calling it jewellery grade with a handcrafted brushed finish. The one-piece fascia is complemented beautifully by the two-tone metallic rim. The power button is moved to the right-hand side of the phone and is therefore more easily accessible and recognisable with a different texture. The overall design is elegant, well-engineered and masculine, although our review model in gunmetal grey does feel a little bit weighty but solid at 157 grams. Think Aston Martin, Bond and shaken not stirred. Also, the sharp edges of the boom sound speakers are well defined and balanced with top and bottom grills, enhancing the HTC's boom sound technology feature. As a metal phone, make sure you put it in a case though, because like with a shiny new car, you might be a little bit upset if it gets a bump. Moving on to screen, and the IPS screen is superb, and when combined with the excellent GPU, delivers fantastic results. Still just 5 inches in size, it's the same screen as on the M8 at 1080p, which is contentious within a marketplace that does have lots of phones that go for QHD screens, which is a richer experience altogether. We suspect that the IPS screen though has been deliberately kept in place to ensure a better battery life and improved performance. Of course, you get the usual Gorilla Glass for the Super LCD display, meaning it's less susceptible to scratches and things like that, and it's very responsive to touch in our experience, and we've set it up to give a reassuring noise in recognition, and we've had absolutely no problems with the touchscreen whatsoever. At 441 ppi, it's still super sharp, even if there are better QHD screens available on the market, and the colour variation does not appear limited in any way. Moving on to audio, and this one is an absolute gem. It has a noise cancelling microphone which improves clarity. Whether speaking on the phone or filming with audio, this mic will always deliver clear sound. The sound is a major factor on this phone, with the HTC Boom Sound and Dolby leading the way. The quality is excellent through speakers and the specially developed headphones. Delivery output is way beyond the reach of any competitor, and volume levels are impressive. The M9 really is the next level to all phones in the industry in this respect. They may be as loud, but none of them have the clarity and the balance of the M line. It totally wipes the floor with the competition. In fact, there is no competition for this advanced speaker system. Moving on to the camera, and HTC has really upped its game with the M9 camera. It uses a 27.8mm wide-angle lens with an aperture of f2.2 and a sapphire lens cover. The sensor size is 1 by 2.3 and the maximum resolution is a whopping 5376 by 3752 pixels. The camera interface is exactly the same as the M8, and the M9 is also capable of taking HDR stills, macros, and there is a night mode and even a manual mode. It offers settings for ISO, exposure, composition, white balance and image adjustment. A long press on the screen and lock exposure and focus. You can also set the volume rocker to act as a zoom or shutter key, a feature we like very much. The front-facing camera is the excellent HTC 4MP ultra pixel module, coming with a BSI sensor and aperture of f2.0 with a 26.8mm wide-angle lens capable of 1080p video recording. That's an HD camera on the front of your phone. Moving on to video, and the M9 captures 4K at 30 frames per second, as well as taking 1080p clips with 30 or 50 frames per second. The 4K videos shot on the main camera have a 41.9 Mbps bitrate, and the audio is recorded in stereo with a bitrate of 96 kps, which means the audio capture there is super professional. Looking at performance, and the HTC One M9 runs on Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 810 chip, which uses an octa-core processor with 4 Cortex-A57 cores, clocking 2.0 GHz, and a 4 Cortex-A53 at 1.5 GHz. Now moving on to memory and storage, and the phone comes with 3 GB of RAM, which ensures easy multitasking between apps, and 32 gigs of onboard memory and storage as standard. This is upgradable using an SD card to 128 gigs. Looking at the battery, and it's a major feature on this phone and has a slightly higher capacity than its predecessor, the M8. This latest version packs 2,840 mAh, which makes it the market leader against that spec. 3G talk time is a standardised 21 hours, however video playback is not so good at around 8 hours, and you'll get 7.5 hours of web browsing. However, you will get 60% worth of charge in just 30 minutes, which is pretty darn good. The HTC One M9 has been set up as a genuine contender to Samsung's S6. However, there are some concerns that HTC have held back. However, it does do absolutely everything you would want a top-end smartphone to do, and really for the audio connoisseur and filmmaker, this is the only phone for you. While there are better phones out there, for what it does well, it's flawless. 4 out of 5.